Hey guys, welcome in Eincode lecture. In this one we will work on image upload functionality. So without any further waiting, let's start. And what we need to do first is to prepare our base code we will start working on. You can find the instructions in my previous video where I am explaining how to set up base code. Because we need to start up in the version 1.5. So you can go to my GitHub repository, you can click here version 1.5 and you can download the code. Okay, so here is download zip. Or you can simply go to master branch and you can clone my GitHub repository and you can check out to version 1.5. It's up to you and it's already explained in my previous video, and you can find this video how to set up base project in the description of this one. Alright, so let's start. I will go to my terminal where I have already my project. I'm already in my project folder and I will check out to the version 1.5. Okay, so I'll write here git tag to verify my tags here, and we need to go to version 1.5. Okay, so first I will verify if I'm in a correct branch. I'm in a master, perfect, and I can check out to new branch. So I'll write here git checkout -b, and now we are going to a new branch. I will call this branch image upload, and we want to check out from a version 1.5. Okay, so you can do this, or you can download the code just on a GitHub repository. Okay, so I'll press the enter here, and now I should be in an image upload branch from a version 1.5. Alright, so with that we can finally start continue coding. I will just start up my project, so I'll run here npm run dev to start up my server. It will be running on localhost 3000. I'll go to my browser and I will open the project. Okay? Alright, so localhost 3000. And here is our initial project. Perfect. Okay, so we will start. Let's open our coding editors. Let's open correct project. Okay, so next YouTube course is it's a project we are going to work on, right? So here, next YouTube course. And we'll start in our server folder, because first what we need to do is to prepare endpoint where we will be sending file. We want to upload our actual image we want to upload. So in the server folder, in the index.js, you can find very simple API server, and it will create here a new endpoint. So what kind of request we are sending when we are sending data to a server? It's a post request. So I'll write here app.post to register post endpoint, and the endpoint URL will be /API/ let's call it image upload. I think that should be fine. All right, request handler. So let's provide here empty arrow function where we will get a request and a response. Alright, so request response, and for now we can just simply return to user some informations, or actually it will contain here lots of important functionalities, so I will wrap all of these inside of a try catch like this. Here we can receive an error and a try. For now I will check if we have a file content on the request we are sending. Okay, so we'll check for a request.file. Alright, if we don't have a request.file, I will simply throw here error. So I'll write here throw new error, and here will be error message. Image is not presented. Okay, I will make it like this. Alright, so image is not presented. Perfect. Alright, otherwise we'll just return response JSON, and let's write here some message. So object with a message. Hooray. Okay, in the case of error, we will send the error return response status 422, and let's send here again message, but this will be error, so we can get here error.message. Okay, so just very simple endpoint, guys. Okay, I'll save this. Let's go to our terminals, and we need to start up also our node server. So in our base folder, let's open here new tab, so Ctrl-T or Command-T, and we will start up our node server. So let's write here cd and server, and let's run here node index.js, and this will start up our node server on localhost 3001. So you should have one server running on 3000, other one on 3001. These are API server. Now we should be able to go to localhost 3001, so localhost 3001. To test it out, I have here testing endpoint. You can find up here. Here should be testing endpoint. Let's see, API test. So when we will go to /API test, we should see here some message. Alright, but of course we would like to test out our post endpoint we have just created. So just to send a empty post request, for that, guys, you should have a Postman or some other program or application to send a request. So you'll open here Postman. It's free to download. You can find it very easily when you will search for it in your browsers. Okay, with the Postman we can create different types of a request, and here I have already prepared. You can just open here new tab. You will select here post request, and you will select here your endpoint, so HTTP localhost 3001/API/image-upload. And for now we should see here error, which is completely fine because we are of course not uploading anything, and it says image is not presented. Alright, because we are making a request, and of course we are not attaching any image to our request. There is no request.file. So now we need to complete this part here. We need to attach some kind of file, in our case image, to a request we'll be sending from our client application. Alright guys, so for this we'll create a new page in our application where we will contain input where user can provide some image, and it can send a similar request as we are sending from a Postman, but from inside of the browser. And of course it can attach, user can attach an image in this request. Alright, so let's continue with this. Let's go back to our coding editors. Alright, and we'll create here a new page. So in a pages folder, I'm currently, this initial project is a Next.js project. If you are not familiar very much with the Next.js, it's very easy to learn. I have a lot of courses about this. And I really like to use the Next.js. So in a pages folder, I will create a new page, and I will call it simply, I will call it upload.js. When you want to create a page, you will just create a simple functional component or a class component. In our case, we will create here a functional component. So let's provide here empty arrow function for now. Let's write here export default upload, and let's return here some JSX. So for now, let's return here some empty brackets. All right, and let's write here hello world, and that's it. You can just save the file, and now you can try your page. So I will close Postman. We will not need it any longer. Alright, so in our browsers, let's go to localhost 3000. We can try it out. We can go to /upload, and you should see here your upload page. Okay, hello world. Amazing. So now we can continue. Let's provide here some more layout. And usually in my pages, I have here a special component called page title. It's just simply creating title of a page. So that's basically it. So I will copy this page title. Alright, from my login page, I will get it to upload here. And I will call it here, I will say here upload image. Alright, we need to of course import page title. So from a login, I can also copy this page title from imports, and I will provide it into upload.js. Alright, so we have a page title. Let's take a look on this now. Alright, upload image. Now we need to contain here some input for our button. So let's do it. And by the way, this lecture will take a lot of time, so be prepared to spend here at least 30 minutes, maybe 40. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so input here. Amazing, and let's specify here a couple of things. We will specify here accept attribute where we will specify what file types you would like to accept in this input. So we'll accept here only images, and we'll accept here a JPEG image. Okay, JPEG. Let's specify here PNG, all separated by comma, by empty space. JPEG, PNG, and JPEG, and actually there should be comma. My mistake. Okay, so in between each extension there is a comma. Okay, so JPEG, PNG, JPEG. Let's specify here a class name. I'm using here Bootstrap framework. It's already initialized, so we can use here Bootstrap class names. Let's use here file input. All right, and MB for margin bottom 2. This will create some margin, and also we need to specify type of this input, and the type of this input will be file. All right, perfect. So let's continue. Okay, let's see. Now we have here our input. We can choose here some images. I have images in guess on my desktop. Here I will just search here for some images. Give me a second. You can choose your image, and now I can choose your image, and it's selected. All right, and now we need to create a handler, and we need to store this image somewhere. We need to prepare this image to send it to our server. Alright, so let's get back to our coding editors. And to handle image change, we need to provide here a handler on an input. So just above the accept here, let's specify here on change event. So anytime you will provide a new file into your input, on change handler will be executed. We will simply call here handle change. Oops. So let's specify here handle change function. You can see here one issue, we don't have any handle change function here, so we need to specify it. Let's copy this name. Let's write here const handle change, just empty arrow function. As you probably know, when you are providing events and function handlers, you are getting automatically passed event object into your function. So here I can receive an event. Since this is an arrow function and there is only one parameter in a function, so we can omit brackets and we will get here event. Okay, we can even console log out the event, so we can write here console log, and if you want to get a file from your event, simply write here event.target files, and you will get here file on the index of 0. This will get you first file, and simply just console log this out. Let's save this. Let's go back here. I will inspect the page, so right click, inspect, let's see console, choose the file, and you will see what we are getting here. Okay, so upload. Alright, and here is our file. You can see here all of the information for a file as a name, last modified date, and here is also some other information like a size of the image. Perfect. So now we are getting image, and if you want to store it somewhere, we need to use state. So simply we will use use state function, use state hook from a React. So up here, please let's import in a curly brackets use state, simple enough, from React. Okay, so under upload, let's get here a state. So I will call it selected image or selected file, up to how you want to call it, and set selected file function that will set the file into a state, and let's call here use state. Alright, now in a handle change, instead of console log, we'll simply call here set selected image. So set selected, this should be image. Set selected image, and here set selected image, so we'll store this file into the state. Alright, perfect. So that's the one part. The other part, what we need to do when we have an image, we need to send it to a server. For this, under the input, I will create here a new button. We will wrap it inside of a div. We'll create here a new button, and this button will be used for upload of the image. Okay, so I'll specify here again some attributes and properties. So let's write here class name. To style this by the Bootstrap standards, you need to provide a class name btn-primary, and also I will provide here some margin bottom -2, and I will say here upload. Alright, and this button will be disabled if you don't have any selected image. Okay, so I'll write here disabled, and please disable this button if you don't have exclamation mark, if you don't have any selected image. And also let's write here on click, and on click let's write here function handle image upload. So handle image upload. Of course we need to create this function, so let's copy this name, let's go here, let's write here const handle image upload arrow function one more time, and first we will check if we have some selected image. If we don't have a selected image, again check. If you don't have a selected image, simply return me from this function and do nothing. If we have a selected image, for now just console log me here a selected image like this. Okay, now let's save this, guys. Let's go back to our browser as we will try it out. So you can see our button is disabled. I will inspect it one more time. I'll choose a file here, again some file. Now it's enabled, and when I will press it in a console, you should see your image as before. So now we have a file, and now we can do what? We can send this file into our server. So our client side will be almost complete. Alright, so for this, I'm using here a special package to handle request as a hook function. So under a selected image, I will import here. I will actually specify here. I'll specify here mutate function. In the curly brackets, let's write a mutate like this, =, and you will get a mutate from a function use use mutate like this, and we need to import use a mutate. So import use mutate from, I forgot the function, I forgot the package name, so give me a second. In a package.json, we should have a RESTful React package. And I didn't tell you before, when you initialize your project, don't forget to run npm install in your project folder. Okay, so npm install if you don't have a packages installed. And I will do it actually right now. So to show you, I will shut down my server and I will run here npm install simply. And meanwhile, we can go back and we can continue. We can import use mutate from a RESTful React. We'll use here this use mutate function, and we'll provide here some configuration to use mutate. So simply let's write here curly brackets. All right. Let's specify here verb key, and you will specify the type of the request here. So for us, it's a post request. And also we'll specify path where this request will go. So path, and it will go to image upload, image-upload. Okay, so anytime we'll call mutate function, this will create a post request which will go to image upload, the same request as you could see in our postman. All right, and actually I will rename this. I will use here alias for a mutate function name. I will call it simply upload image. All right, so now we have an upload image function, and simply here we can call this. So instead of a console log, I will call here upload image, and we'll provide our image we want to upload. But not so fast, because we need to specify here different data type as we are sending our image to a server. You need to send your image as a form data. Because on a server we'll be using a malter package, and malter package expect to receive a data on the request as a form. So to create a form, you can just simply use your function, use your class form data. So let's create here a form data variable where I will assign a new form data. So I will create a new form data object, just like this. And to form data, you will append your actual data. So let's write here form data dot append, and on the form you will create a property image. This is very important. You will create an image, and under this image you will be sending your selected image. I will show it to you in a browser very shortly. Okay, so now we have our form data, and we can call here upload image, where we'll provide our form data with our image we want to upload. All right, so we have our upload image, and this is a promise based, so you will get your response in a then block, and in then block we can receive either uploaded image arrow function. Since this is an arrow function, we can omit this parenthesis here, and we'll simply console log here uploaded image for now. All right, and in a case of an error, we'll just write here catch. So catch, and a catch will catch for error. So again, empty arrow function like this, and we can just simply console log error. Oops, and something went wrong. All right. Okay, so we can test it out. You can save all of this. We will try to send the request. Of course, this request will fail for now. So let's go back to our browsers. All right, and we need to start up our server. So let's clear it out, and let's run here npm run dev to start up our server, our development server, which will be running on localhost 3000, where we'll run our application on upload. Okay, so now I will see here network tab actually, because we should be making a request. So I'll clear it out first. I will choose here file, and I will upload this file. So clear it out, upload, and you can see here it's failed. That's completely fine. But when you will see it, it's very important that you see here that you're attaching your image, and it should be as a binary data, and the type of this should be form data. That's very important. Okay, so you can see what you're basically sending here. Okay, your file is here, from data, name image, file name is a name here, content type image.jpg. This is how it looks parsed. All right, so, okay, now we are sending our image to a server, and I think, yeah, now it will take a lot of time, guys, actually, so I think I will cut this lecture here, and we will continue in a part 2, because we are already spending here 20 minutes. So please be sure before you will finish this lecture that you are sending actual request that's failing, it has to be from data and image should be binary. If we want to verify it also, we can write here debugger. All right. Let's get back here and let's choose your file. Okay, and let's upload, and you should jump into your debugger in your code, and you should see here a selected image. We have selected image. Let's jump into new line. So step over next function call. We are creating from data. So you can see here we have a from data structure, and we are appending image on the from data. Okay, it's not visible here, but we have there value of the image on this from data, and then we are calling just simply upload image, where we are providing from data, which is creating this post request. You can see here, post request going to localhost 3001/API/image upload. It's failing, but that's completely fine. Alright guys, so let's continue in a next lecture where we will finalize this functionality on the server. So I hope to see you there, guys. Cheers.